happened? Hell no. I'm kind of playing speed chess here. You sure about this? It's what I do. It's cute. Explain yourself at once. Your Honor, my associate said new light with on a piece of evidence, this mysterious wheel, which is found further up the course from the accident scene.
Objection!
So, we're all aware that Clara's car was missing a wheel.
Objection!
This is not that wheel. What? Clara's car was missing the front driver's side wheel, but my associate says the wear patterns reveal this to be a rear wheel. Mere conjecture. To echo your earlier point, Chad, he's an expert witness. That these matters are inconvenient for you. If I could bottle this feeling and sell it, I'd be a billionaire.
Objection!
But how can you possibly prove that this has any bearings on Clara's accident?
Objection!
We placed it on the ground at the side of the accident and left to roll. This wheel rolls right back to where we discovered it on the course. Surely even you can admit that this is too large a coincidence to simply ignore. So then, where is Clara's car's actual wheel? Oh, we'll get to that. That makes me sound smart. Really, I don't know.
Objection!
Maybe by the time we get there, I'll have figured it out. I already have it figured out! But for the moment, consider this. First, to find a wheel that does not belong to Clara's car, this must have come from a different car. An additional car that was somehow involved. Order in the court. This Aquila raises a good point. If another car, and by extension another driver, was involved in the events of Clara's death, this would have a great bearing on the case. Mr. Hawk, can you account for this? I'm impressed, Aquila. Uh-oh. But tell me this. Let's say for a moment there was an additional car. Where did it go? The accused aces didn't mention another car in their statements. The photographer didn't see another car all evening. No other car is seen in the photo of the aces of the crime scene. So, riddle me this. When did this mystery wheel come to rest upon the track? I'm gonna say before the race. Isn't it that obvious? It must have been before the race. Pah! You're reaching. I've yet to see any evidence that suggests there was anything significant going on up in the mountain prior to the events of Clara's death. This is a fair observation. Miss Aquila, do you have any evidence to any related events that took place? Yes! Yes, I do! Yes, I do! Yes, I do! Yes, I do! Ah! Where is it? Where is it? Earlier race! Ha ha ha! Your Honor, last night one of the Rostro racers spoke to us up at the Rostro Vista. They said that when they arrived at the mountain several hours before the Ace race, they could hear the sounds of another race going on further down the track.
Objection!
Perhaps, but how is that relevant to the events involving Clara? I'm getting to that. Okay, I have to prove it now. Shit. So okay. Is the earlier race relevant to Clara was busy? Give me a picture of Clara's movements. She went there early. Was there where there was an earlier race? Yes. Your Honor, is the defense's understanding that Clara Mass left her home early that evening and was involved in something that was prevented her from answering her phone, despite others trying to reach her? Show your ID card. So it's possible Clara was present at the mountain earlier, perhaps even taking part in this earlier race. Yeah, maybe she was. Not good. Let's say she was in this earlier race. In fact, why not? The prosecution can see she could have been in this earlier race. However, that has zero bearing on later events. But perhaps there was a race and Clara was in it. Maybe someone lost a wheel. Perhaps the other car was picked up by aliens flying low over the mountain. None of this matters. He's right. Even if we had cast iron proof that Clara took part in the earlier race, how would that exonerate the aces? There must be some way this becomes relevant. Think, Nina! The point seems to be running into its logical conclusion, Miss Aquila. A moment, please, Your Honor. Okay. No pressure, but we've got about 30 seconds to figure out how that earlier race connects to later events. Or is it going to end here and now? Then let's walk through it. I guess we're taking it as a given that Clara took part in the earlier race. Yeah, we got to assume that. Clara got up to the mountain earlier than everyone thought. She wasn't alone. She raced with another car. T-Row was up there setting up, but he was probably really busy. And his truck doesn't face the road, so he could have missed it. Not long after Clara and the other car set off, Svetlana and Jack of Hearts arrived at the top of the mountain. The Jack of Hearts. She heard the sound of two cars racing. Clara's car and a mystery car. But who won? I'm not sure that really matters. I guess we don't know. I mean, did they even finish the race? I can't help but feel that if the earlier race had finished, someone would have seen that happen. So, yeah, it would be, Marco. Of course! If they'd finished, Marco West would have seen them do it. He said he was kept out of the track for the whole evening. So we know they started racing but didn't finish. That means they must have stopped before the end of their race. And someone exchanged a tire. Right. Wait, come again? Think about it. Ren says the street racers don't carry spare tires, right? So that means between two cars in the course, there are 8 wheels, i.e. 4 wheels each. We have one of those wheels, and it's from the mystery car. But Clara's car is also missing a wheel. But, and this is the kicker, Clara's car, when we saw it, had 3 wheels still on it. But the mystery car was gone. It's simple algebra. If the mystery car drove off, then it must have had 4 functioning tires. Right. The mystery car must have replaced the faulty wheel that we have with one of Clara's. And presumably the one that we have rolled off. And it was lost in the darkness before they could grab it. All this even happen? I suppose it's simple. Why do you ever change a tire by the side of the road in the middle of the winter? There was an accident. They must have had an accident. It's the only thing that explains that the race didn't finish and why they would exchange tires. But we know that Clara must have driven back up, maybe via a side road to get to the ace race. So Clara just drove away in the one working car, leaving the other car stranded? Doesn't seem like her. And the mystery car was left stranded near where Clara's crash would later take place. Then where did it go? Come on! I get a feeling we're circling something very important here. Yes, you are! I'm there! Think, Nina. It's racing. There's an accident. Both cars stopped before they reached west. Count on the course. Way, course car turned out for the ace race. Stranded, but if Mr. Car was in there later on, possible Clara had just driven away. You know, Mr. Car was not there when the ace race happened. Because crash car contained her corpse. That could mean... We're gonna have to hurry you, Miss Aquila. That must mean... Clara never left the scene. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present a theory. Clara took part in the earlier race. There was an accident in which she was involved, and she never returned to the top of the mountain.
Objection!
Preposterous. She took part in the ace race.
Objection!
Can you prove that?
Objection!
I don't need to. There are over 30 eyewitnesses, including, if I might add, you.
Objection!
Did any of them speak to Clara? Any one of those witnesses? I didn't. My assistant didn't. Ryoko didn't either, but I'm trying not to out Clara, so let's not venture to that bit.
Objection!
How would that possibly... All of us saw the same thing. A car with darkened windows. This is ridiculous. Of course Clara took part in the race. That's how she died. You're certain of that? Yes. Absolutely? Yes. Your Honor, the defense wishes for Mr. Gearson to make a statement concerning why he believes Clara took part in the ace race. You sure about this, Nina? Gotta be. Because based on our reasoning, no matter how nonsensical it seems, it's impossible for Clara to have done both. Very well. Mr. Gearson, please make a statement about why you're certain that Clara took part in the ace race. Preposterous. Oh my god. Witness statement. You all saw Clara started the race. Clara had been working towards it for weeks. Besides, if Clara had been left on the track, someone would have seen her. I find this whole line of reasoning insulting to her memory. All fair, but it can't be true. Thank you, Mr. Gearson. Miss Aquila, please begin your cross-examination. Gladly, Your Honor. Here we go.
Hold it!
Did you actually speak to Clara? Well, no. If you remember, I wasn't there at the start of the race. I arrived at the mountain when it was partway through. You and I met at the hot dog line. From my understanding, no one actually spoke to Clara or saw her walking around. Her car turned up for the race, but that's it. But for that to even make sense.
Hold it!
Only someone actually drove down the track.
Objection!
Yes, just drove down that track.
Objection!
And they found Clara. Even so, isn't it far-fetched to suggest that between this early race and the ace race that no one found her? That's if this ridiculous theory that she was just left there is more than hogwash. Suppose that Clara could have just been stranded there and no one would have found her? Any evidence would make this likely? This whole line of reasoning is insulting to her memory.
Hold it!
It's distressing for the witness. This point is unnecessary. We're trying to identify the facts of what happened. Agreed. Mr. Kirsten, please keep your statements as factual as possible. Okay. Mr. Refused. Yeah, okay, so... what evidence do we have? Where's Marco? Because he said there was nothing. Uses tire tracks, yeah, heart of the drift. We only seen license plate, imposter hot dogs. There's deja vu, darkened windows. It's Did I miss it somewhere? Girl had been left on the track, someone would have seen her. But there's Marco was there the whole night. He didn't see anybody come down at all. License plate. It's a picture of hot dogs. Hard to an earlier race. Deja vu, darkened windows, Clara's unusual driving. Spare keys, Clara was busy, left early. What the hell? You think the hidden path? We'll try the hidden path. Oh, excuse me. I don't feel that that's it though. We have a couple of. It's either the hidden path or it has to do with like the picture itself. Maybe the Ace's photo. It talks about. Maybe you're right.
Objection?
Nope. No. That's not it.
Penalty.
Shit. Towards her weeks. Someone would have seen her. That's the one that they talked about. Insulting to her memory. Save. Let's look. Okay. Accident photo. Ace's photo. I had to try something. Bad acceptance, bad refusal. Refusal of cars, cause of death, unusual driving, darkened windows, earlier race. I don't know what to pick. We could try the accident photo, I guess?
Objection?
Nope. God damn. I don't know what it is. What do you guys think?
Penalty.
It's 2 penalties now. Because we press.
Hold it.
Someone actually drove down the track.
Objection.
Down the track. And they found Clara. And so, isn't far-fetched the earlier race, the Ace race, that no one found her. As if this ridiculous theory is that she was hogwash. Is it possible Clara could have just been stranded there and no one would have found her? Do we have any evidence which makes this likely? So, and then when we go back, so it seems like that we have to present something for here. Marco was the only one that could see people coming. we have the different cars. Cause of death. Claire left early. Claire was busy. Her spare keys. Unusual driving. That's not gonna work, Cloud. Dark windows, deja vu. Back. Okay, you all saw Claire start the race. Claire had been working towards it for weeks. Besides, if Claire had been left on the track, someone would have seen her. I find this whole line of reasoning insulting to her memory. That's it. And when we press on this one, she's talking about what evidence do I have about who would see. And then at the end, it's like, what kind of evidence could we come up with?
Objection?
God damn it! There, I showed the idea. You happy now, Cloud? There's no secret achievement.
Penalty.
Ah! We're gonna have to load my game. I think... Oh, God. 1981 incident. The accident photo. That's not it. The Aces photo showing them all happy. Buyout acceptance. Buyout refusal. Buyout refusal. Car used by the club's team. Car used by the Diamonds. The hearts and the spades. That's her car. Clara's car. Cause of death. Clara left early. Clara was busy. We used that to establish she was at the race. Clara's spare keys. Clara's unusual driving. Darkened windows. Deja vu. Jester Frank saw two cars. Usually they were the same. Going up the mountain early in the evening. Earlier race. Hearts team mystery. Homologation. Drivers the same team use the same car except for one of them. Foster hot dogs, JDM, driver's seat. Missing license plate, missing wheel. Nina's car keys. You think it's the darkened windows? We could try it. I'll just reload my save.
Objection?
No. No.
Penalty.
Yeah, that's it. We got a game over. I could be objecting the wrong thing. Okay. Had been left on the track, someone would have seen her. No. Wait, maybe they wouldn't have because the road is disused. Let's try this.
Objection!
There it is. Okay. Because nobody uses the road anymore because it's disused. That's why they use it for the races. Trey. Yes. You spend a lot of time up at the Rostro Spire area, correct? That's right. I say that I'm up there most evenings. Do you drive down the Rostro Pass very much? Kia. All the time. For racing practice or in actual races. What about outside of races? Perhaps maybe to travel to Rotunda, further to the north? Well, not really, no. The mountain road is treacherous, especially in winter. No one uses the Rostro Pass just for travel. Gotcha. Your Honor, as Mr. Gearson has admitted, and as the court is already aware, the Rostro Pass is disused. It was originally built to be a path to Rotunda in the north, but that role has now been replaced by a modern freeway bypass, which takes the tunnel for part of its route. We even know, due to Marco West's position on the track, that no other vehicles drove down it for the entire evening. That's what I was trying to get at. The phone reception on the mountain is almost non-existent. Clara and her car really could have been stranded there undiscovered for several hours. Oh, that's true, no one takes the road anymore. I guess that's it. What a twist! Hawk looks like he's about to have kittens. He's quick on the uptake. Part of me thinks we're stepping through an equation that he's just solved.
Order!
Order. This is all utter nonsense. The car in the ace race was Clara's. How do you explain that? It's a fair observation. Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila? Yes, I believe it's important. Very well, witness. Please add this to your statement. Okay, car in the ace race was Clara's.
Hold it!
Again, how do you really know that? Dozens of people saw it. They saw a car, perhaps, but...
Objection!
Aquila, you're going to have to do better than that. What? The observers were people who were well-versed in mountain road racing. It seems bizarre to even suggest that they would misidentify a car. Quite. Miss Aquila, if you're going to suggest that the car was in fact a different car, then you'll need evidence of that. Claire's car at the start of the race managed to fool everyone. And it must have bore some kind of identifier. Maybe something which caused people to look at it and just say, yeah, oh! Yes! The license plate! Where is it? Yeah.
Objection!
Boom! First try! Okay, Trey, here's a question. Go ahead. How does a person identify a car? There are many ways. Color, size, make, model, number of doors, engine size. Kia! But those things don't identify a car. Many cars are the same color or have similar engines. What identifies a car as a unique vehicle? Let's say the police recover a car that is stolen. How do they reunite the car with its owner? I'm not a policeman. Humor me?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense is asking the witness to speculate. I'll allow it. But make your point quickly, Miss Aquila. Well, I suppose the police would examine the car's license plate and match that to the records of the DMV. Now, let it be stated for the record that in this state, vehicles are only required to bear one plate. So, Mr. Gearson, hypothetically speaking, if a vehicle bore the wrong license plate, could it be misidentified? That's absurd. The mix-up would surely only be brief. Absolutely. Fleeting, even. But tell me, let's say that after this earlier race, someone stole the plate from Clara's car and fitted it to a different car. How thoroughly did people inspect Clara's car at the start of the Ace race, and for how long? In fact, this suggests a further extension to our theory. Because if Clara was stranded further down the mountain after the earlier race... Let's go for it. The person who entered the Ace race was an imposter. I've been saying this since like almost the beginning. Order! I will have order. I don't believe this. I refuse to believe it. The Russell Racers are a group of exceptional individuals. You're suggesting we could be hoodwinked so easily? No mere imposter could possibly fool the entire Russell Racing community. It does seem somewhat far-fetched, but quite possible given the right supporting evidence. Do you feel it's important? Yes, it's important. Yes, please support it. Very well. Can you let us your statement? Yee! Okay, I'm gonna go for it without even pressing. No, I should press. I should press. I should press. The Russell Racers are immune to being hoodwinked. I do. It's a community of exceptionally skilled people. Nothing gets past it. Okay, I think you're more easily fooled than you realize. I'm sure to have the evidence to prove it. Are you thinking, we're seriously going to present, You're absolutely loving this. Wait, what are we presenting now? Now I'm not so sure. Let me save real quick, because now my confidence is kind of shot. But it's okay. Unusual driving.
Objection?
No, fuck! God damn it.
Penalty.
Well, they all said that she's driving weird. The keys! The keys! That's right, the keys! Or, no wait, we already said that it was the wrong car, so that the keys wouldn't work. It's not the keys. Fuck. I know what it... Oh, imposter hot dogs.
Objection!
It's imposter hot dogs! Trey, can you just remind the court where we first met? It was in the line for the hot dog vendor up at the Rostro Vista. Why? God damn it, Kia. And those hot dogs, are they good? Have you had them before? Yes, numerous times. Actually, they're fantastic. Surprisingly so. Your Honor, to refute the witness's statement, we would like to present this. A vegan hot dog. What? Those are vegan hot dogs? I'm vegan. I could have been having them all this time? What's happening? Vegan? What does that have to do with anything? Two things, Chad. Firstly, Terry's truck, Scrubs Dogs, has been very popular for the Roster's Fire. In fact, people are saying they're the best hot dogs they've ever tasted. But here's the kicker. Due to a shipping error, Terry received a shipment of vegan hot dogs by mistake. He's been selling them for weeks. And nobody noticed. But secondly, this is a perfect analogy because Terry's actions follow on from that faulty shipment. Cause and effect. But if that were true, I mean the imposter who entered the race, even if they swapped the plates, they would need to be driving a very similar car, ideally the same model car. This has all been very entertaining, but enough. I'm not aware of any evidence that there was a duplicate of Clara's car up on the mountain. And without that, this whole line of reasoning crumbles into dust. Samsi, I do believe we've entertained this flight of fancy for long enough. Miss Aquila, I'm going to ask for some evidence that this duplicate car ever existed. Or I'll be forced to draw proceedings to a close, immediately. Duplicate car? Is there ever a duplicate? Did anyone see one? Duplicate car might cause a mild case of... Deja vu. Deja vu. Deja vu. Like you've just been in this place. I know what it means. Your Honor, the custodian of Rostra Vista parking lot, a man named Jasper Frank, told us that he experienced deja vu on the night Clara died while driving up towards the top of the mountain. He said the effect was so severe that he was forced to stop for a moment to be sure he wasn't hallucinating. She didn't know what it meant. No. At the time, it didn't make much sense, but the time syncs up. How so? Jasper was passed by two identical-looking cars, one after another.
Objection!
Even if that were true, that only leaves a very short time for the driver of this mystery car to change a tire and the license plates. With basic tools alone by a roadside in freezing temperatures. And in the dark. He's right. I know. Who could do all these things? Who could drive that well enough for people to briefly think Clara was behind the wheel? A master mechanic who could change a tire and plates in no time with basic tools in the dark. Who could get Clara to come out to the mountain early at all when she knew she had an important race later? Someone close to her who no one would ever suspect. Who had access to another Mitsuyoda AG-88. Trey Gearson. It was you. I've been debating it all this time. But it was you. Judge sees a hot guy. Falcon. Order. I will have order. Miss Aquila, explain yourself. Who are you accusing? The only person who fits all of the evidence. The person who raised Clara early that evening and was the last person to see her alive. Trey Gearson. Really, you'll just say anything to exonerate your clients? I couldn't have been there. I was on a date, if you must know. Oh, really? You couldn't have eaten much if you were buying a hot dog just a bit later. Not that it's any of your business, but I was very hungry, yet the restaurant only served small portions. I was of the Great Wave. That's a lie. I eat at the Great Wave very frequently, and the night that Clara died was their all-you-can-eat night. Oh, yeah? Yeah! In fact, tell me, Mr. Gearson, in the argument that the roster racers are having over sponsorship, Clara was totally against it. What side were you on? But it gives you one. That's what I'm taking from that statement. It may not give you the same one, but it gives you one. Fine. I will admit, as you can see, that it's pointless to argue further. I did race Clara earlier in the evening. So you admit, let me finish. Some time ago, I became aware that Clara intended to refuse corporate sponsorship for the Roaster Racers. And if you must know, I hated her for it. She was fine, sitting there at the top of her ivory tower with her inherited wealth, while the rest of us fought around in the dirt for table scraps. I built Gearson & Co. Not figuratively, I literally laid the bricks on some of the buildings. She talked of romantic ideals of independence, but the rest of us live in the real world. Those days she talked about are coming to an end, and I wanted our racing family to persist. So I resolved this is the only way you could, by challenging Clara to a race. That's right. I sent a message to Clara's phone earlier in the day. A message Clara received while eating with Ryoko. Then when I dropped off Clara's car via tow bar, we got into our cars and headed up to Rostra Vista. Once we were there, we started racing. Is he seriously about to admit to? Watch out, I think this will get worse before it gets better. But Clara eluded me. Eluded you, Mr. Gearson? I said earlier that Clara was a preeminent racer, and I was being truthful. Before we'd even got halfway down the track, I'd lost sight of her. She was so far ahead it felt pointless to even continue the race. I pulled over and came to a stop. So it's business with the other wheel, the license plate. If it may have happened in a manner similar to your deductions, but I didn't see it. Well, seems a bit convenient, but okay. What did you do? I took some time to reflect on how things had gone, of course. By the time I pulled myself together, quite some time had passed. I'm unsure of exactly how much. But I set off for the top of the mountain. And by the time I got there, Claire had returned and started the ace race. Then why'd you lie about being at the Great Wave? I was embarrassed. Do you think I like admitting that I was beaten so soundly? I do have pride, you know. Pride. So you see, Miss Aquila, no need for wheels or duplicate cars. Perjury, perhaps, and we'll deal with that later. Even your motive is weak, if you're seriously implying that the witness killed Clara Mass. It's not dissimilar, in fact, to Hank's proposed motive, which we already dismissed as weak when we stood alone. Even if Mr. Gearson did race Clara earlier in the evening, there is no proof that he was involved with Clara's death. Occam's razor suggested it's simpler to assume that Clara died in the ace race. All those other points are just mysteries you're dredging up to try and obscure your client's guilt. And on that note, the prosecution rests. If only there's something which connected Trey to the scene. But the tire, I know. But that's not direct evidence. It supports another piece of evidence, but on its own, it's not absolute proof. Miss Aquila, do you have any final remarks before I pass judgment? If we have proof with these acts of perjury, that would probably end this here and now. But what could possibly connect Trey to the scene like that? Miss Aquila! A moment, Your Honor. Can you attempt to make the impossible possible? Conference, quick. Okay. Start with the assumption that Clara went up to the mountain with Trey. They passed Jasper on the way up and arrived at the top of the mountain pass. They started racing the earlier race. A race that they didn't finish. Trey said Clara got away from him. Let's assume he isn't telling the truth and see where we end up. What if Trey and Clara had an accident and Clara was killed? Trey would have panicked. I mean, look at what's happened with our clients. Street racing is dangerous and illegal, so you'd have to assume the worst in his shoes. Yeah, it probably wasn't his intention. He probably just wanted to beat her. Though for our purposes, I guess it doesn't matter all that much. Picture it. Trey and Clara don't collide, but they get close. Clara skids off the road, and when it's all over... Clara is dead. Grim. Trey's car must have been part of the accident. How do you figure? There's business over the wheels. Like, the evidence suggested that a wheel was exchanged, but you don't just do that for fun. After the accident, one of the cars must have been good, save for a broken wheel, while the other one was the wreck that we saw at the crash site. After all, one of the cars later took part in the ace race. It couldn't have been too damaged. Right, good point. Trey must have assumed that he could implicate the aces if he impersonated Claire in the race. We'll get to the ace race in a bit. Let's keep this at the earlier race first. So maybe after the wheel, that could have been when he removed removed the license plate. Kinda ingenious. He needed a disguise. A disguise, huh? But even if they take their master's hat... or their master's cloak. What is it? I'm improvising. Dylan, I've got an idea. It's gonna sound crazy, but stick with me. To the end, but what is it? If Trey really did enter the ace race as an imposter, what car did he use? But... is it? It's the only one that it could be, but... wait, what? Well, yeah, okay, so it's the car, okay. AG88. That's the million-dollar question, though. Which one? Mind running that by me one more time? So far, we assume that Trey put Clara's plate on his car and used that in the ace race. But why did we assume that? I don't know. It just seemed a fair thing to assume. I mean, they're near identical, so why would you switch cars? You wouldn't, if you had a choice. This thing said that both cars had to have been involved in the accident, or Trey would have had no reason to change a wheel. He would have just taken the remaining pristine car and maybe swapped the license plate. I think I'm starting to get it. So the car that seen the accident, it was pretty banged up. No one's gonna be able to drive that car away. You need a tow truck. Trey had to take the working car. What if that car was Clara's? Clara died in the accident. Wouldn't the more damaged car naturally be hers? That's another assumption. Okay, so he actually killed her at the scene. Remember, Clara died due to one single head trauma. It could have just been bad luck. People sometimes end up paralyzed from prangs and fender benders. So you're saying that Trey moved Clara's body into his car, which was badly damaged, and took her keys, left his in the car to be found with Clara's body, and he fixed the only thing on Clara's car, a single busted wheel. A rear wheel even, because that's where the mysterious other wheel came from. When forensics have found Trey's prints all over the car. He built those cars and maintained them regularly. His prints, hair, dead skin, all the Spades cards would be covered in them. Police have the car in which Clara was found over their impound. So you're seriously saying, if this works, then that car in the impound isn't actually Clara's car at all? It's Trey's car! It was all the way across town. How are we going to prove it's really Trey's car? If we have time, how would we do that? We need a foolproof way to identify a specific car. Something practically unique. Something Trey doesn't know about and couldn't tamper with. Miss Aquila, I feel I've been generous enough. Your final remarks, please. They'll be brief, Your Honor. Anya would never have done this. That doesn't matter. My style is good enough, and I'm going to prove it. Your Honor, the defense asserts that Trey Gearson was, in fact, present when Clara Mass died. This happened during the earlier race. Here we go again. Huh, don't be ridiculous. You can't possibly prove anything of the sort. We believe that Mr. Gearson was forced to change a wheel by the accident and waited somewhere out of sight, before heading up to the top of the mountain via the side road to impersonate Clara in the ace race.
Objection!
Still banging this drum. Okay, Aquila. Can you present even one piece of evidence that could suggest that Trey was at the scene when Clara crashed? I can. What? You see, Hawk, what's more important is that what Mr. Gearson took away from the scene. Because I believe, that Mr. Gearson was forced to switch cars by the events of the accident. This is what led to the strange facts of the missing license plate and the mysterious extra wheel. Hang on now. If that were true, that would mean that the car which Claire was found was actually Mr. Gearson's car. More than that, Your Honor. Deep breaths, Nina. You've got this. Mr. Gearson, how did you arrive at this courtroom today? I drove here. Wonderful. Your Mitsuyoda AG88 is parked just outside, right? That's right. Perfect. The keys. We're gonna... Beep, beep. I was given these by a friend. They're Clara's spare car keys. And I think if I hold my arm high enough and get the angle of the emote just right... Bingo! Mr. Gearson. Why, you? This isn't the best part of town. Would you care to use the keys in your possession to lock it again? He runs! He runs! Oh, he ran! Did he just seriously just run out of my courtroom? Rock, what is the meaning of this? Don't look at me. He's a witness. We didn't expect he would suddenly become a suspect. It's his family technique. He's running. This is great. It is? Of course. This totally undermines Hawk's case. True. But isn't he driving away in our critical piece of evidence? Oh god, one last race, yeah. Chad! What? Don't just stand there. Call the police. We can, but he's driving a high-performance racing car. You really think we're going to be able to catch him? It can't end like this. One last race, oh god. Your Honor. Yes? Deputize me. Right now. Why? Figure it out. Oh no! Use your Eurobeat music. Trey! What the? You're not getting away. Beat it, lawyer. Nina, are you okay? I'm following Trey. He's trying to escape from the city. If I can catch him, we can end this. This is the Eurobeat music. I'm just gonna auto race because I want to see how this ends. Smolder, Nina, smolder. What Fast Furious song? I don't know any. Oh no! We lost shit! Oh god, Trey, where are you going? You can't just run away. I don't need to run forever. I just need to cross the front line north of Rotunda. North of? That's a war zone! Trey, if you just stop, we can work something out. Wait, they live next to a war zone? What the fuck? Forget it. Forgot that Canada was, Japanifornia, which is on the border of, Canada, Yokio, is a complete war zone. Forget it. Smolder. Glare. No. This will strike you. It probably will, so I'm not going to watch it. But you all are free to, if you wish. What the? Not bad for a lawyer. Mr. Frank? What are you up here for, you old kook? To help catch you, of course. I was racing when your mom was still bathing your ears with her tongue, you whippers. Okay, so there are cat people. There are literally cat people. Oh my god. So tell you whippersnapper. Put in your photos up. Oh, as if you could. Actually, here, I was like, I'll mute it and then I'll. Hold on. Yeah, I'd probably get hit on that. Anyway, okay. If you could, listen closely. Trey's car is tuned very specifically for the Rostro downhill course, but not for distance driving. If you keep up with the pressure, great, thank you, Jasper. So what do we do? Just try to catch him, and don't let up. Why is suddenly? I clicked yours. I thought, yeah. Oh no, I didn't. Ah, no, I didn't. I clicked clouds. Oh god, wrong one. I know this song! Oh, I know this! I actually know this one. Hold on a sec. I know that. I didn't know that. As per YouTube. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, back to this. This is lunacy. What was I supposed to do? I saw the car was going to strike down the aces. Then it really was an accident? Yes. Truly? I didn't want to kill Clara. She was my friend. Then why this whole runaround? Why not tell the truth from the start? Be serious. I wanted to see she was dead. The whole thing flashed before my eyes like some kind of macabre play. There were no witnesses, no evidence to support me. I even had a motive. My business, my life, it was all going to be torn apart. But sending your friends to prison? On a suspicion. There's no evidence. I knew it wouldn't stand up to appeal. They had nothing to lose, and I had so much more. That sounds like a convenient rationalization when you're not the one being sent behind bars. It wasn't a perfect plan. What do you want from me? I want you to turn around and come back to Fledge City with me. I'm out of 40. I know, right? The bastard site in Aquila. Forget it. Wow, what a world! Right? Oh, police! Keep going, Nina. Detective Flatfoot? In the Force's fastest car. Can you stop him? Puh, not a chance. This isn't you, Trey. You've forgotten yourself. No one can run from the truth that lies in the heart of the trip. Thank God! The what? It's a thing, detective. Just go with it. What the? You're almost to not Canada, I know, right? Wow. Yes, yes, win, smolder, glare. So good with magic. It really would. It really would. Oh. Send a heartbeat. Oh, the heart of the drift.
Objection!
Wait, where that? No, God, I have to watch. Oh God, they are! Oh, God! What am I doing here? Why am I drifting? Fast and the Furious Japanifornia drift. It's just a state thing. So everyone drives. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that till you said something. Holy god. Amazing. Yeah, drew some inspiration from that cloud. Oh my god. This is friggin' great. Trey, stop this at once. You're never gonna hold it. Shut it, you fossil. I can hold it. I built this car with my own 2 hands. Is that his radiator? Trey, if you keep going, you're gonna get killed. I know that privately you'd run with your car until it explodes with you still inside. I can make it. Nothing can stop me. You'll never. Pump that nut. Oh, Trey. Trey! Give me the gun, Trey! Inferno, baby. No, wait, sir. He could be unconscious. I guess I'll just have to... Oh, she actually... Oh, I thought he was gonna blow up. Trey! Where? What? Are you hurt? Did you just save me? Forget that! Are you hurt? Can you feel your fingers, your toes? Yes, I can. I think I'm okay. Pull out a gun. And somebody has to say, give me the motherfucking gun, Trey. Here comes Flatfoot. Nina, he's going to prison. I'm going to get one chance at this. Trey, this is very important. Who is your sponsor? The woman you met at the parking lot, who is she? I don't know. What? How can you... They approached me before Clara died and said they wanted me to try and beat her and win the ace race. But I can't get the others, it was from an anonymous email address. But Clara knew. You're sure? Certain. Did she say anything to you? Anything at all? No. The only thing I can say is this. When the sponsor first emailed us, everyone was wondering how much money, what the terms would be, how would it affect us. But Clara was trying to answer an altogether different question. Why? Why what? Why us? Why now? Why everything? Well, he wouldn't have got a slap on the wrist, most likely, because he did obstruct justice and all that, but he would have... Things would have been, yeah. You think she's worried because she didn't get a proper answer? No. I think she was worried because she did. Yeah, he covered up a murder. That's kind of a big deal. Why do you care? What's it to you? Nina? I'll take it from here. And the janitor drives to death. Enjoy Florida, Jasper. Mr. Gearson, you have the right to remain silent. I'm placing you under arrest on suspicion of the murder of Clara Mass. If he didn't cover it, like he said, it's really hard to prove that he didn't intentionally because he had motive, so he saw himself as having a lot to lose, but yeah, it would have looked like he caused it to happen. But if he hadn't have switched the cars, if he had just been completely, if he would have fessed up to it right away, he probably would have had a much better chance. And there's, you know, maybe would have gotten up with a misdemeanor or something like that. Manslaughter. Yeah, a much, much lesser sentence. This has certainly been Fast and Fury. No! Kia! Mr. Hawk? Yes. Has Mr. Gearson been taken into custody? He did. He totally did. I can't click on that cloud. Family time, baby. Yes, Your Honor. Suck it, Chad. The city will arrange to have it to try him at a later date. We'll need to work up specific charges, but I expect they will have some very difficult questions to answer concerning the death of Clara Mass. Your Honor, if I may, speak on Trey's behalf. I believe that Clara's death really was an accident. You tried to implicate us, Ren. We almost took the fall. I still believe that Trey went up the mountain that night with the intent to murder her. He strongly disagreed with her, yes, but they really were friends. If her death really was an accident, Trey must have panicked. I just ask you to think of his actions of those of a desperate man as opposed to a murderer. I had no idea that Ren was so, I don't know, chill. The Tokyo Drift, I know the Tokyo Drift song though. That's the hilarious thing. I actually kind of like that song. Noted, Mr. Renson. However, this brings us on to an odd question. I still don't understand what happened during the actual ace race. Ditto. It's really very confusing. I thought Clara passed us. I think. No, I'm also at a loss. I can explain that, I think. It's actually very simple. All three of you actually noticed something about Clara during the race. Something that retrospectively makes sense. Oh, now I can show it. Unusual driving. I guess she was driving a little weirdly. I suspected all along. Oh, buzz off, Keisuke. You were as the dark as the rest of us. But I'll accept it. When all four of you started the ace race, the real car was sitting in Trey's car, further down the course. Trey hung back, and at the right moment, he turned off his headlights. At that moment, Jocelyn struck something. I can't quite prove this, but I believe it was the wheel that Ren brought into the courtroom earlier today. Then all Trey had to do was take the side road and speed back up to the top of the course. You three carried on. When you found Clara, you assumed that she had somehow passed you. And crashed. For us sitting here in this courtroom, it seemed almost nonsensical. But in your collective heightened state, awash with adrenaline, it was the only sensible explanation. So naturally, you all believed it. Discussing it amongst yourselves before Ryoko and Trey turned up, you made it real, at least for you. I can hardly believe it. Trey turned up with Ryoko. He looked us in the eye, knowing that we were going to take the fall. It was utterly convincing. It does kind of prove something, though. What? Things really aren't always what they appear to be. People can fake many things, but style will always reveal who someone really is. Style. Let's follow that one for later. Oh, I see Trey next. I'll speak for yourself. Even after all this, I'm not angry. I kind of feel sorry for him. He killed your friend. And on that note, Your Honor, the defense rests. Very good, Miss Aquila. Mr. Hawk, do you have anything to add? Only one thing. Surely he hasn't got... Not bad, Miss Aquila. You want to congratulate Dylan, too? Don't push your luck. Very well. Miss Aquila has, through inference, but all but proven that Clara died long before the defendants were close by. Why did they do a fucking autopsy? They would have been able to tell the time of death. Therefore, on all charges, I find the defendants
Not guilty.
Because there be no games, MC. Address the updated autopsy report. Yeah, great wave. You want to head straight there? In a bit. Before we do that, can we stop in at the office? Sure. I know exactly where we're going. To the computer. We're gonna look at the video. You're gonna see what I've been saying all along. So we're headed straight to the restaurant, Nina. What are we doing back here? I had an idea during the trial. This will only take a minute. You sure? I don't know. But if it doesn't, then this will be the last time I watch this security footage. Yes, notice the blood on the face of the janitor. Check out the comments. Okay, hold on a second. After this, I'll check that out just a second. Watch, okay. Okay, I can mute it real quick. What is this? 1% Espanol, 1% Portuguese, 98% Familia. Nothing is more familiar than family. Dom, you can't solo Goku, he's too strong. Goku mess around with not as strong as family. Oh, God. The fucking comments. Okay. So, Keisuke said... Okay, janitor, no blood in his face. Okay. Looking around. They appear to be. Okay. He leaves. Fake many things. Up, but style. Will always reveal who someone really is. There! What is it? What do you see? Look! I don't get it. It's just a guy wearing a baseball cap. That's right. But it's a matter of style. He's wearing it the wrong way around. That's what you fucking noticed? The hat? The goddamn heck, there's blood on his face! Or, you know, his family. Kia. In all the prior footage, Janitor wore his cap backwards, but this guy's wearing his forwards. Here's the comparison. Don't judge him for blood. Oh, you're right. I never noticed it before. I mean, it's easy to ignore. Could just turn it around, though. Maybe, but let's watch him a bit more. That's it. It's like a smudge. More than a smudge. It's a facial scar. Okay, so it's a scar. Okay. Did Janitor have a facial scar? You must have met him during Anya's trial, right? No, he doesn't. What does that mean? It's simple. That man, whoever he was an imposter. Then we have to go see Chad Hawk's boss, and right away. What is it, Nina? Surely this is a break of the case we've been waiting for. It is. But much as I hate to admit it, this is a lead, but not real evidence. This is a lead, but not real evidence. If we go off half-cocked, we might lose our chance to convince the DA to open up an appeal. We need to search for definitive evidence. Oh, and I was all fired up. Don't douse yourself yet. Huh? It's just the start. A lead is something we can unravel until we run out of thread. So are we still going to food with the aces? Sounds good. We're not going to find any more clues about this than when it's late at night, and we're exhausted from another case. Let's head out. Great. Come meet me by the door when you're ready. Yes. Okay, there we go. Detective. Mr. Chadhawk, how are you doing tonight? Let's go solve crimes. Not quite, Cloud. Yeah, let's get going. Okay, boss. No. Where's the... Oh, that's the convenience store. No, that one. There it is. Senpai! Sushi restaurant, 7:41 p.m. I see any tuna yet? No, but I see plenty of salmon. Maybe you could order some? Fish makes me nauseous. And why did you agree to come? I was outvoted. I want to go to the steakhouse downtown. There's gotta be something you can eat. I swear I just saw a cheeseburger pass by us a few minutes ago. I might go for one of those myself. Seriously? This is a nice sushi place. What? I like cheeseburgers. Well, now that we're all here, Nina, I think I speak for everyone here when I say that we simply can't thank you enough. That's right. No one else had any idea about Trey's actions. How'd you even figure it all out? I figured it out. For starters, it was a group effort. Hey, Rich. Kia. You should be thanking Gilling and Ren just as much as I. Plus, we had some help at the last minute, without which things would have gone differently. Help from who? Jasper Frank. He turned up out of our office late at night. That old kook? He totally hates us. He was weird, always skulking around, picking up trash, telling us to park better, giving us aggro. Seems weird he wouldn't even get involved. I wonder why Jasper decided to help. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he knows anything about two shit and raging. Oh, I'm not so sure. What? Seriously? Years, literally years, and he never said a word. From what I understand, the 1981 incident brought mountain racing into disrepute, and almost ended it once and for all. Plus, Jasper, if he is responsible, lost a close friend, a rival ace. I can't be totally certain, but I make a career out of connecting up the dots. It was sauce in that truck. Maybe. Justice said that Clara knew him, and I think that that's what he meant. So you're saying Jasper Frank was the very first Joker? Well, I'm starving. Wait up, I got a few questions myself. Firstly, who's Joker now? Did you guys figure it out? We decided it should be Hank. It seems sensible. Oh, shucks, guys. Hank is a vision for how we're going to move forward as a family. Family! Family! So you're accepting the sponsorship? Not right away. Claire obviously has some personal beef with the sponsor, whoever they are. But doing something like that is important for securing Russell Race's future. I don't know what form it's going to take. But my goal is to see us form a professional racing team. So, that actually sounds kind of good. Doesn't make taste like meat. So Forest Warship is going to be involved in that. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. Hi. Ryoko. Ugh, awkward. You with us, Ryoko? No. I just wanted to... Oh, come on, Ryoko. Have something to eat with us. Sorry, but I'm not quite there yet. It's okay, Ryoko. We respect that. But I'm happy that everything worked out. I just want to let you guys know that. Oh, suggestions. Probably a little bit of A1, some liquid smoke, some meat. Do I get Clara's keys back? No, there's no need. They're just the keys to a car that never belonged to me. You keep them. Maybe they'll bring you luck. Guys, Clara's funeral is the day after tomorrow, and afterwards, I'm gonna head out of town for a few weeks. But I'll be back. Actually, we have something we want to talk to you about. Keisuke, you want to tell her? Oh, it's not my place. You should, Hank. Okay. Ryoko, when you come back, we'd like you to do so as the new Ace of Spades. How about it? Wow. I don't know what to say. Say yes. I guess I could give you guys a run for your money. It's the Ace of Spades! That's the spirit. Enough talk, I'm starving. Food first, then lucky voice. Lucky voice? It's a karaoke bar. With an all-you-can drink policy. Sounds like my kind of party. I think I'll pass. I've got some attorney stuff to take care of, to wrap everything up. Oh, then I should... You should go with them, Dylan. You sure? You okay? It's fine, really. Sure. I'll do karaoke with you guys. If you aren't, I can't sing. None of us can. I may have dodged a bullet there. So, but it's cotton. Have a great time, guys. Oh, that gives me the idea. Ryoko, darling, before you leave. Hank, you scooch in there? Hank, get your elbow out of my... That's Joker, Hank, to you. Oh, boy. Just a crush tiny bits? Like this? Okay. Say, California Rolls. Hey! No one said that. Wow. It's the exact same picture as before, but Nina, Aquila, and Dylan are superimposed there now. Oh, God, Kia. 1:23 a.m. I'm very sure. God. Nina, stay here, okay? What? Right back. Don't go. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. What is it? As one does. So why is she going? Where is she going and why? She was standing right there. Maybe I'm able to see that spot again where she was standing. It's a long shot, but I need to know. No. My legs feel like jelly. My heart is beating out a drum solo. Why am I breaking on a cold sweat just trying to remember who she is? I don't know, actually. Came all the way up here. I'm just gonna turn around and go home. Deep breath. Who are you? I don't even know you, but I can picture you in my head with perfect clarity. Better than Dylan. Better than Anya. I remember. Years ago. You looked right in my eyes and... That's it. How could I have forgotten? Or maybe I just didn't want to remember. She was there on that day when everything changed. She was the last person I ever saw. The very last thing I ever saw. With my right eye. What? With both eyes. She was the 81 accident. Ah! Ass. In the Fire Nation. Damn. So her eye's missing. Or was damaged to the point where she's blind in it now. Next time on Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. Stop, foul beast. You would never take root in this world. On the part of the sacred feather, I will punish you. Valkyrie, transform! Oh god, it's a TV show. Cut. Is that okay? Fantastic, Mila. As always. No need to lay it on too thick, Sarah. It's just a location test. I'm serious. You're natural. You nail every single take. This show's gonna be awesome. I can see it. Valkyrie, Sacred Feather sweeps the awards. How'd you get so good anyhow? Practice, I guess. And this place. Was this location for the fight scenes really your idea? They said they wanted somewhere industrial and remote, so it seemed like a good fit. It's great. So grimy and drab. It'll make the bright colors of your final costume really pop by comparison. I'm sorry, who? Sarah, are we good? Yeah, I think we have everything we need for today. Okay, see you later, Falcon. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, some footage of me on location to compare to the other sites we've auditioned. I think I got that and then some. You wanna ride back? It's okay, I got my motorbike nearby. See you Monday morning. Looking forward to it. Safe trip home. You too. Okay, Rob, let's pack it up. Okay, she's gonna die. She's gonna fucking die. Mila's dying. Still around here. I can sense it. Show yourself. Foolish Valkyrie. They said you will kneel at the feet of the great Malfara. Not today. My powers of Sacred Feather, Valkyrie! Transform! Let's rumble, dog breath. Okay. Hey, Anya. We're shooting in 5 minutes. Oh, so they do need me after all. Anya, we talked about this. You're not going to have lines every single episode. Easy for you to say. The whole show's named after you. Do I smell liquor? Have you been drinking? It's just some tequila. You want some? Yes. I have to keep wearing this hand-me-down bunny girl outfit. Guys, the director wants to get this party started. Our party started about an hour ago. Goggle boy. Is she? A little. Then are you? Not as much. The show must go on, though, am I right? Aquila channel. Hello. Welcome to Aquila channel, a special viewer faces segment where we talk to you, the viewer player. Today's chapter was themed around several things, most notably the street racing manga and anime genre. Attentive fans of these shows will doubtless have noticed some of the similarities. Even the cars present in game and some of the properties attributed to them are parodies of real-world cars. CG Bun. The design of Nina's car was an extra special reference. Did you spot it? Chapter 3's twist was inspired by the 4th stage of Initial D. In that show, there was a scene where a character encounters a mysterious car with darkened windows, with an oddly familiar driving style. Hashtag no spoilers. The point was that a car could also be disguised, and this seemed like a cool idea to build upon. However, we knew if you were going to take on a legal street racing genre, you need to allow the player to actually race. The version in the final game is actually the 3rd prototype of the racing system, the end of a process which, on its own, took around 3 months to develop. This is inspired by a concept by Tactics Formula, a Japanese exclusive game for the Sega Saturn, in which racing is handled in RPG-like turns. Through Nail's Toge Jenkin Racing took this in a very different direction. Of course, Toge Racing is actually a real thing. It's just not something seen in anime. Though in animated form, it tends to be depicted like in sports anime. And like any sports anime, it's heavily dramatized. Toge means pass, as in mountain pass, and has its roots in illegal mountain road racing. Due to the success of Initial D, it has a strong association with mountain roads of Gunmaken and the Kanto region of Japan, particularly the town of Haruno, which has been part of a nearby Tasaki since 2006. Yeah. Additionally, we wanted to have a story where Nina, having found some confidence in Chapter 2, would find strength in her own unique style, both in and out of the car. Wait, as a lawyer, should Nina really have been engaging in illegal street racing? Probably best not to overthink it. Chapter 3's story drew on all these elements. True racing anime, using a car as a disguise, and a desire to find face in one's own unique style. Of course, these are just the main threads of the plot. A lot of other stuff was packed in there too. Okay, so that's Chapter 3 out of the way. On to news. First, we want to thank all of our followers, friends, and supporters. In particular, we'd like to thank the members of the Nail Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you can find the link in the game's title screen. Nail also has its own Twitter page. There's a link in the game's title screen of that, too. We're going to be hosting more giveaways via Twitter, so make sure you follow up if you're a fan. The Nail Tea public store has a wide range of merch, including hoodies and mugs. Sales of merch are funded directly into paying for more CGs, sprite art, and other features of future chapters. And this is a biggie. I want to do a shout out to Rachel Messer, Nina's voice actor. Rachel comes to Nail from an extensive background in anime and video game voice acting. Now it's time for us to sign off, but before we go, Chapter 4 is going to be a magical adventure with mystery, secret identities, intrigue, and magical girls. So if you like this third chapter of Nina and Aquila, Legal Eagle, nail Earth, nail Earth, nail Earth. Make sure you look us up and follow us for more news about Chapter 4. Sacred Feathers. Hey, Anya, hey, you okay? Look, I know you didn't get any lines this time around, but the next chapter, upon reflection, I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see you in a skimpy magical girl's getup. Huh, the magical girl's going to be the defendant. Or maybe the victim? The details are kind of fluid right now. Yeah, well, in Chapter 3, the victim was a street racer. How did that work out? With these thighs? Bring it on. How skimpy are we talking? Who says she's the only one, Dylan? I'll be in the gym. I honestly really like these games a lot. Like, a lot. They're not perfect by any means. But there's some really cool stuff to them that I actually really like. It's like trying to stash on a baby. It does for me, though. Maybe it's because I figure out things a little bit easier than Ace Attorney. My leaps in logic aren't that bad. Yeah, true. That does help things. The whole Edgeworth Phoenix thing. Now, I really enjoy this a lot. I'm actually looking forward to the next chapter whenever that comes out. And hopefully we don't have to wait a long time for it. Did you make our official form for me? Separate. Can't be sure the original voice of Nina. As it is going to try to very error. Please don't. Yeah. No, not bad for a single dev at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'm glad we played this. I'm really glad we played this. Legal Eagle, Chapter 4, Sacred Feathers. Cloud. But I will say, I'm gonna agree with Key on this one. It doesn't bother me as much, but it would be nice to see more of the custom artwork for all main characters. And even if it's not like the full body sort of thing, like the little box, at least if it matches, that'd be it leaps and bounds better. But on the whole, I highly enjoyed this. Very good stuff. I really liked it. Excellent work.